This video will be packed with information for you guys to get ready to farm Inferno Doki Doki yourselves on auto. I'm doing it now very consistently, and it will be packed with lots of important information such as your teams, and more importantly than your teams even, the gearing speed tune tech, right? Some gearing tech that I have for you specifically for the units that I use, for example, that you should apply to your units that will help you eliminate more RNG, and of course the speed tuning and the targeting on the boss, right? Who should you target first in the auto run? How is that going to improve your auto runs consistency? This is a very important thing that made a 180 on my auto runs, especially here in Inferno Doki Doki, and I really urge you guys to stay through all of it. I will have lots of information, lots of tech for you guys ready here that you can use. Even if you don't have the same units, it will help you. That's a guaranteed. I can guarantee you that it will help you, and with what will help me is if you subscribe. That would be highly appreciated. So let's go into the boss and how he works. And then once we understand how this is, because lots of you guys have been clearing Hell 4 without ignoring a lot of stuff, but here in Inferno there's some extra details that you need to think about to eliminate all of that RNG. So let's go over that, and then we see how I equip my units and my team, what team I use to eliminate as much RNG as possible. So first up, we will have at the first wave, we will have these random guys coming in that will push back, that will attack break your units, right, and mess up the turn order here and there a little. That is one RNG factor. The second RNG factor is going to be in the first wave. What if your sleeper doesn't sleep everyone, right? You still want to be able to clear it. And then the third RNG factor is going to be once you're in the second stage. How is it gonna go with the second stage, right? Who is gonna get stunned? Who's gonna get the defense broken? How many stuns are you landing, and so forth? And you really want to eliminate as much of this RNG as possible. And for that, right? For that, we have a few different strats going for us. So first up, we have, I think I'll go for you guys over the core first. That makes the run very consistent, and that is the beginning of the core, is going to be my Kazuyo, the Freya, and Linglou. Right, a lot of people be using Valerian. I really like this setup. Why do I like this setup so much? And what gear did I use specifically on all these units? Now, as you can see here, my Linglou Gigabyte gets her, so this is very important. The Gigabyte for Linglou pushes her up in the first wave. She cleanses everyone, and therefore the attack break is gone, right, from your carry. You really don't want to deal with the attack break on top of all of the other RNG factors that you already have. So the attack break is going to be gone in the first wave from your carry. So this is why she has a Gigabyte to cut in front and give immunity and cleanse everyone. Now, a very big thing that I would actually recommend you guys to do, highly recommend you guys to do, is skill this up. This is super broken. Why is this so broken? Well, not only gives it to you basically a guarantee that you're not going to be attack broken in the first wave, it will give you for 2 turns these whale prayers, and these whale prayers are the key here for success, because these whale prayers heal your unit, and guess what? They also count as this and have a 75% chance to cleanse some debuffs. So let's say your carry is stunned, right? He wants to ult your Kazuyo in second wave, just applied her sleep, your carry should ult, now he's stunned. Maybe, but guess what? He has a whale prayer, the whale prayer cleanses the carry, your carry is good to go and nuke. Then the second unit that I have to eliminate RNG is Freya. Now here on top of that, I have as much speed and a strive set on her, right, to really cycle her as fast as possible, to get her ult out as many times as possible, and to get her cleanses out as many times as possible. As for the passive effects, they're not very much skilled up at all. Same for the Freya here. Also a Gigabyte, but here different tech because I don't have enough strive, right? So what I use for my Freya is going to be Time Weave. Why Time Weave on the Freya? Isn't that a lot of RNG here and there, having 35% chance to reduce cooldown? No, it's not at all. It helps a lot. It's better than having a 12 Swift Rush, that's for sure. Now, if I had more Swift Rush pieces, I would even be able to get a 12 Swift Rush here as well. So she's gonna be slow. Guess what? Because she is slow, she would be behind our carry again, and she should go in front of our carry as well in the first wave. Gonna be important. That's why she has a Gigabyte as well, to cut ahead, because my team is not fast enough, as you will be able to see in the run later. And the Time Weave is very good on Freya specifically, because it has a 35% chance to reduce cooldowns, because she has two very important cooldowns that have high cooldowns, right? So it doesn't matter if the Time Weave procs after her first skill or after her second skill, it's even better, right? Or if it procs at the third time or at the fourth time, it doesn't matter that much. But it can help you a lot, because if your Freya cycles more, not only is the attack buff more up, but the main part is going to be why I use Freya over a Valerian is simply because Freya has more longevity in the fight, throughout the fight, right? Freya, again, just like the Linglou, makes sure that you're not going to get stunned randomly in wave 2 and die. So Freya here, again, even more anti-CC, right? Even more preventing of defense breaks, preventing of stuns with the Dream Weave, and on top of that giving ourselves a defense buff, big as well, and an attack buff, right? And some turn meter manipulation as well through her passive. She's just so much better in a long-term fight than Valerian, because once she's out of her sleep, she's out of juice, and your team is very susceptible to dying, whereas she's very consistent, right? She's providing you with a lot of buffs, she's cycling your team with this. She's giving you the defense up, which is going to be important for the fourth unit that we're talking about as well. And then we have Kazuyo. Now my Kazuyo has 240 accuracy, and still sometimes on the boss doesn't hit her sleep. Even in wave 1, sometimes she doesn't hit all of the sleeps. That's crazy. That is crazy. But in terms of the Kazuyo, not much to be said. As much speed and effect accuracy if as possible. If I could, I would give her some more HP, but I just don't have it, or a level 6 star her. Then prowess, well, I did specifically maxed this out for the cooldown. You need to max it out. And then here, this up here to get as much speed as possible on her, and also to increase the slumber chance to a 60% chance, basically, to sleep the opponent when she auto attacks, which is very good. Now, if you have spare stuff, you could even go here and give her some more turn meter manipulation pushback. I just don't need it yet. Maybe I could do it for some more, even more consistent runs, but like I said, in the last 8 runs I cleared it 7 times, so I'm very consistent so far. And then Halloween on Kazuyo. Now you could, instead of the Halloween, run a Gigabyte as well on her. I just prefer the Halloween on her over the Freya for simple reasons, because my Freya needs the Gigabyte to cut, right? She's not fast enough. She has a Time Weave, and because she has long cooldowns, Time Weave is more efficient on her than a Kazuyo, because Kazuyo has short cooldowns, right? And the Kazuyo, here I have some tech here. This one, it's not a high level one, but it helps, right? You can get 15 more accuracy through this. It's nice to have. And then speed and some HP, but not very much rolled indeed as well. But Kazuyo, you just want to have fast and lots of effect accuracy, as you can see. Now I tried Selins as well. I think Selins works with tankier teams, right? She works very well with tankier teams, prolonged fights. In long fights, she can work a lot, put in a lot of work. Now, if possible, you could skill up this. If possible, you could skill up this to really have your team survive better if you were going for a slow approach. That said, that's not our plan here, right? That's not our plan here. We don't want to invest any gold lattices on any unit that we're not gonna use in PvP, right? And Linglou is amazing for PvP as well, by the way. Then next up, we have is our Lily. Now I know I hear you guys. Now, what are replacements for Lily? Before I go into the tech for Lily. Now, as for replacements, I would say for Lily, what you could do is try a Tsukiyomi, but there's no guarantee on that. But the reason why I say Tsukiyomi, you just make her go after your DPS, right? After your Massiah. Then she makes your Massiah take an immediate turn as well, again, and then she self-pushes. And then she gives another cooldown, and with this she gives 2-turn cooldown, making the Massiah able to basically ult back to back immediately as well, just as if you would use a Lily. But in a prolonged fight, Lily is gonna be way better, way better. The other alternative that I've been thinking, instead of the Lily, there's two alternatives I've been thinking, and the thing is, the Lily gives you a lot of tempo in the fight, right? That's the main thing that you have the Lily for, is just she provides a lot of tempo for you. So either you go for a Mio that needs a lot of skill ups. Do you want that? Or you go for a double DPS setup, because then you have let's say Shiada and Massiah instead of a Lily and Shiada, and instead of the Massiah ulting twice thanks to the Lily and killing them through 2 ults, you have your Shiada and Massiah work together and killing them through that. That said, the Lily is still the best option so far in a fast-paced team comp. Then as for Lily, Artisan, now don't get jealous here, please don't get jealous, okay? Plus 20 Artisan, come on, bring it in. But she's not that fast other than this. What I did again here, gave her a strive, so she cycles more as well. Why is cycling on Lily so good? Well, the cycling on Lily is so good because she cycles the rest of your team. The cycle of Linglou is so good because she keeps your team alive, and the cycling of Freya, same thing. And then next up we have our Messi, the Messi of Etheria. Massiah. So Massiah, here's his stats, and here is his gear that we're rocking here. Fury Onslaught, and if we take a look, this is his attack, crit rate, crit damage, and the main part is really the Revelation that we're rocking here. The Revelation is the key to success, because there is some RNG where your Massiah gets stunned, or just something happens where your DPS, right, is not gonna ult while the enemies are under the debuff from your Kazuyo, and then they're wasting all of their damage. But how are they not wasting all of their damage? Well, if they have a Revelation, they will still always be dealing 24% damage here for the Massiah, true damage to the enemies. And then for a Shiada, I don't even know how many ticks she does, like 4 I think on max stacks, 4 or 5, correct me if I'm wrong. But if she does 4, she does 48% true damage on the opponents, right? And then just another ult and she gets the job done. So Shiada is very much the easiest option to gear because of Revelation. Another Revelation user could be a Rosa. Rosa can kill the boss relatively quickly, but you would also need her skills maxed out, and I'm not sure how good she works, right? Shiada has the advantage because she just always has her ult going, and a lot of attack. And Massiah has the safety net of his invincibility that is gonna be up for a long time. And Rilmoka has the safety net of being a green unit. So yeah, this is the team, this is the gear that we're rocking here. Very specific, very important, one artisan as well. And one thing on top of that that I would like to mention is that I haven't touched on Tiamat. Now you could run Tiamat as well. I've seen some people run it as well. The problem is the units reduce your max HP and therefore you reduce her damage as well, true damage. And I think if you run Tiamat, you want to go same with Rahu. Where is he? if you run Tiamat, you kind of want to run her together with the Rahu maybe, or the Rahu with someone else, because they are very slow fights, or you just want a lot of shielders, a lot of artisans to be able to survive it and not lose all of your HP in this long, prolonged fight. But enough yapping, let's get into the fight, see how it plays out, what I was talking about, and also and also on the auto targeting, what you want to do to have a consistent fight. So if we go into here, let's slow it down so we see it, right? They get one hit here. Let's just auto hit here. She pushes up our Massiah, but we speed tuned them. Oh, that's something important that I didn't mention on the gearing. Is actually I did. Right, you want your Massiah to go lost, so he has his attack break cleansed from the Linglou, has the attack buff from the Freya, and the Kazumi was able to provide your opponents with sleep. So you want to speed tune it this way. So now everyone goes, right? He's cleansed, and now she goes. Doesn't hit all the sleeps. That's perfect for the showcase, because that shows a harder run than usual. Because if she hits all the sleeps, he gets the rotation is very smooth, right? He gets two ultimates out and it's GG's. But if she doesn't hit all the sleeps, it is prolonged. There's some RNG. So let's see this. 240 effect accuracy, by the way. 240 effect accuracy. So Massiah is about to go again. Zack. Right, and now we have now we would be finished with this wave, and you see the reason why this is important soon. Of course, she misses another slumber. That is terrible, actually. And let's see how it goes. And this is the reason, right? We have so many of these whale prayers that will consistently cleanse debuffs, and then we have our Freya that helps us cycle and everything. So now, because she never managed to hit anything, she wasted her ultimate, our Kazuyo. This is about as bad as it gets for an RNG run, because the Kazuyo has no ult now, and the Massiah doesn't have his ult up either when we get into the boss. And the boss resists as well on top of that. 250 effect accuracy at this point, by the way. Again, but what do we see here? We get a lot of immunity up, right? We get a lot of immunity up, and we just wait. We just wait. And that's why these two in combination, even if she didn't cycle to have her ult up, the Linglou, we have so many of these whale prayers to be able to cleanse all of the stuns. And as you already see here in the fight, in the wave 2, that's the most important part for the auto run, is specifically in my opinion, is specifically in my case, it worked way better this way, is you focus down the boss, because it doesn't look like a race here, but it is, because as you can see, slowly but surely our max HP is getting chipped down more and more. So it is actually a race, just like Termaton is a race, and you want to focus down the boss, you really do. Because, and then also for the gearing part, good that we're in the run, so I remember a few things in terms of the gearing part. For your DPS, being Massiah or Shiada or someone like that, for my team here, it helps a lot if you have them geared in a way that they are able to clear the first wave within 2 ultimates, and here in the second wave also you want them to be able to clear all the side adds within 2 ultimates. Now he did 2 ultimates, didn't kill everyone, because on the first ultimate not everyone was slept, as far as I remember, and that's why they're not all dead. But that's something to consider for your DPS. You kind of want them to wipe within 2 ultimates, so you win the battle against time. And as you can see, this is what I'm talking about the consistency, right? You're just not getting stunned here. You have so many veil prayers on your ass. You have and then you, on top of that, you have the dream weave. And this eliminates so much of the RNG, right? It eliminates so much of the RNG, and even if you get stunned, These will prayers just have the option to cleanse your units, and that's the run, right? He goes and scoops him up. There we go. This is alright, guys. I was coughing a lot. I don't know what's going on, if it's allergy or something, but I've been coughing a lot lately. But there you have it. Hope this helped you. I highly encourage these three as your core if you're a big Massiah enjoyer, right? For me, I didn't use any perfect lattices on any unit that I would never use on PvP, which is amazing. And it works very well. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to see more. I would highly appreciate it, and it will increase your summoning. That's just the word in the streets. That's just the word in the streets, not my word, okay? Have a good one. I'm Ronnie, and I'm out. Peace!